a roster alert, Who Dat Nation. The New Orleans Saints have signed a quarterback due to the Derek Carr injury and the status of his current injury, and we're going to break down who that is, what it means for the team, and everything you need to know as a Saints fan. But before we do, I got to just remind you really quick to subscribe and join our watch party on Sunday. The Washington Commanders and Marshawn Lattimore coming to town to the Superdome, and I'm going to be live for our watch party. And fun fact, it will be my 26th birthday. So if you want to come and hang out, you want to come party and help me celebrate, RSVP by hitting the subscribe button and commenting me if you're going to be joining us for the watch party. We're going to have a lot of fun doing some giveaways and all that good stuff. But more importantly, I just want to have a good time with my friends, the Who Dat Nation. So join our Golden Gang, subscribe today, and I will see you at the watch party. Now, the quarterback that has been signed, it was the news, was broken by the man himself, Ben DiNucci. He says, I have some fun news. I signed with the Saints this morning. Source, myself. Fairly credible. Hard to disagree the way there with you, Ben. And in case you don't know what Ben DiNucci's been up to, he does have a hat and a clothing line brand called True Brand. It's pretty popular out in the Dallas, Texas area. And he, according to his Twitter bio, or X bio, whatever you want to call it, plays football sometimes. So let's talk about the latest roster addition. He was a 7th-round pick out of James Madison by the Dallas Cowboys in 2020. And in 2023, fun fact, he actually led the XFL in passing yards with the Seattle Sea Dragons. He had Jarquor Peterson and Josh Gordon as his top 2 wide receivers. And fun fact, in that 2023 year, remember Abram Smith? Yeah. Saints undrafted free agent preseason legend. He was actually the leading rusher for the XFL. But that's not who we signed. We're talking about the Nooch. He spent some time with the Denver Broncos, the Buffalo Bills, and the Seattle Sea Dragons, like we mentioned, and also played with the Dallas Cowboys. He had 1 start in that year, in that season in 2020. And in total in 2020, 2 games played, 1 start across that season. So he had a 53.5 completion percentage, 219 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 7 times. So that is something worth noting. And I don't think that this is a player that's going to come in and be your day 1 starter. He's not going to come in and make some massive impact. I think this is just more of an insurance policy. Darren Rizzi, we know that he has he has been dealt a bad hand due to the fact that Derek Carr is now injured. He has Jake Haener. He has Spencer Rattler. We're not really sure who is going to be the guy moving forward. But when it comes to Derek Carr and his injury status, he is not going to be out for the season. I know there were reports yesterday that he may be out for this season, but Darren Rizzi specifically said when he spoke to media that Carr is considered week to week, and he's dealing with a left-hand injury, which is his non-throwing hand, and he also is going to be in concussion protocol because you remember if you go back and watch the play he got hurt, I mean he came down on his face pretty hard, and I will say that looks like a pretty scary injury. I do think it's important for the New Orleans Saints to monitor this injury and be careful with it because they also have to potentially pay him $30 million if he cannot pass a physical in March. So you have to keep that into consideration. You have to keep in mind the injuries and the way that the contracts work out into the offseason. So right now, I think that it's not going to be Derek Carr starting this week. It's not going to be Ben DiNucci starting this week. I think it comes down to Haener or Spencer Rattler, and we have a lot more to discuss about that here in just a second. But I want you to let me know, who do you think should start for the Saints this week? Should it be Jake Haener? Should it be Spencer Rattler? Or do you think just say F it, throw in Ben DiNucci, and let's have some fun with the Italian stallion, get the memes going and all that fun stuff? So let me know in the comment section, share your thoughts, and I can't wait to see what the Who Dat Nation says because I know y'all know ball. And really quick, if you guys were sitting here saying, dang, Trace, that is one fresh shirt. Well, I got it from Public Rec. And fellas, the holidays are right around the corner, and I know you're in the market for something that looks great and fits even better because, to be totally honest, that's my exact situation. We're all the same, aren't we? Am I right? I'm going to be rocking some Public Rec at my family holiday festivities. With my family, with Maddie's family, and with everyone, we're going to be hanging out. I also mentioned I got my birthday party. I'm going to be rocking this Public Rec shirt at my birthday party here this weekend, next weekend. I don't know when it's happening. Maddie told me she's surprising me, but she said you better rock that Public Rec because she thinks it looks so good. It's stretchy. It's so comfortable. No pit stains. Look at that. I'm a husky guy, no pit stains. I mean, come on. What more do you want in a pair of pants and a shirt or in anything you need in your wardrobe? Whether you're kicking it back with holiday movies, you're making your way through leftovers, or you're just watching some bowl games with the boys, these pants and shirts will have you covered. Heck, they'll even keep you looking sharp for that awkward holiday party with your in-laws. Stop suffering in regular pants and give the gift of comfort this holiday season. For a limited time, our listeners get 20% off when you use code CHAT20 at checkout. That's 20% off with code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you from Saints Now by Chat Sports. Say goodbye to pants that put up a fight, because when comfort meets style, you have found Public Rec. Again, super comfortable shirts, super great pants. You got to get started. Go hit the link in the comment section, in the description of this video. Public Rec, absolutely amazing. Make sure you use that code CHAT20 so that way they know that we sent you. All right, so let's talk about some football. Let's get back to it here. I think that when it comes down to it, Jake Haener is going to get the start this week. I just think that he deserves the opportunity. I think that he deserves the shot to be able to show us what he's capable of. And to be totally honest, we're going to find out who that starting quarterback is going to be later today. The reports are that Darren Rizzi will have a decision today around who will be that starting quarterback. So when that decision is made, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to keep you updated. So that's why you subscribe and hit the noti bell, so that way you never miss out on anything. But I will also add this. Darren Rizzi added some context around the quarterback's decision around Jake Haener and around Spencer Rattler, and he added some context saying it could be a situation where both guys get a shot here, and we see which guy performs better. We make it a competition, but both of those guys have handled it very maturely. And I will also add that I think it's interesting that when we're in Week 15, we're having a full-blown QB competition. I mean, Derek Carr, maybe or maybe he doesn't start another game. Who knows? Maybe he never plays another snap in the black and gold. Who knows? But when it comes down to this season, in the immediate future, we've already seen what Spencer Rattler can do this season. We now need an opportunity to see what Jake Haener can do. Because when Spencer Rattler started in week 6 through 8, when Derek Carr was out with an oblique injury, it wasn't anything that was overly inspirational. I will say this, it is 100% okay, and it is totally fine that a rookie quarterback looked like a rookie quarterback, especially considering the circumstances of not very many weapons, bad offensive line, an incompetent head coach, everything in between. I don't think that it's a fair evaluation to say those 3 weeks, that's enough for me to see Spencer Rattler. He absolutely sucks. I never want to see him take another snap. That is terrible. That is a horrible mentality to have. And to be honest, that's just pessimistic, and you're just a hater. We have already seen Spencer Rattler, though, and I do believe that Jake Haener deserves a chance to start. I believe he deserves to show us the opportunity, or show us his capabilities in this opportunity, because he has some good talent. He can throw that ball on a line. He has really good vision. He's a tough son of a gun, too, and that's one of my favorite things about him. So in the times that he's filled in when Spencer Rattler was struggling or when Derek Carr was injured, I think that Haener, maybe it wasn't super inspirational, but it was okay. And to be totally honest, at this point, you got to see what you got in both of them anyway. You might as well give them both a chance. Maybe you go a couple weeks with Jake Haener. Let him do this week. Heck, give him the Packers game next week. And then maybe we can see what happens with Rattler against the Raiders and against the Buccaneers if it's all doom and gloom for Jake Haener. I mean, this season, the two of them haven't gotten a lot of action, but, Haener hasn't thrown an interception. He has a better passer rating. That being said, Spencer Rattler has a higher completion percentage. He has more yards, obviously more opportunities. But he's also thrown 2 interceptions, So we have to see what we have in both of these players. I think that Spencer Rattler has a very high ceiling. I think that he is aggressively a rookie. And like I said, that is A-okay. Jake Haener, I do think that he can either A, be a very high-level backup, or B, maybe he can be a guy who can be the bridge quarterback until we have our guy. Or hell, maybe he can just straight up be the guy. Maybe he is way better than we're all giving him credit for, and maybe he's a lot better than what we've seen, and he just hasn't had the opportunity to show it all off. So when it comes down to it, I'm not totally sure who is the best option long-term. But I think right now, the best thing for the New Orleans Saints to do is give Jake Haener the opportunity to start. You have Spencer Rattler as your backup, or you keep him as your emergency third quarterback in this week. And then you have Ben DiNucci as your backup or your emergency third quarterback. I don't really care how the QB2 and QB3 situation really pans out. It doesn't really mean that much to me in all that honesty. So if it comes down to it, don't read too much into it. But I think the best thing for the Saints, Haener starts this week. Rattler's your backup. DiNucci's your emergency third quarterback, because we all know that Derek Carr likely won't be able to play. So when it comes down to it, the Saints might need a quarterback this offseason. They have a lot of needs this offseason. In my personal opinion, I don't think quarterback is as big of a need as some of y'all. And I have my reasons. I've explained my reasons. If you want to find out, go look at other videos. If you want to find out more, you subscribe and I'll tell you more later on. But I want you to let me know, is QB a top need this offseason? Just give me a yes or a no down in the comment section. And friendly reminder, we have my watch party, my birthday party, and we do these watch parties every single week for every single game day. This one's just going to be a little bit more fun. I'm turning 26. I wanted to celebrate with my friends, and I wanted to hang out with you guys and watch the New Orleans Saints hopefully get a win over the Washington Commanders. Did I say the Washington Saints? I don't know what I'm going. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Point being, we're going to have a good time. Clearly the drink's already flowing. We're already getting the birthday festivities started this week. So come and hang out, subscribe today, and I will see you at the watch party. Y'all stay golden, Who Dat Nation.